And you know what? Here we go. I did something silly today. I forgot to put on a microphone. Luckily, we got good technical people here today, and they're gonna hook me up. Here we go. It's got a knot in the wire. Here we go. And yay! Ooh, I'm landing a plane. Alrighty, you're seeing how the sausage is made. That's, well, you know, we're transparent here at the Hebrew Home. Now, anyway, like I was saying, today is Tuesday, June 22nd, and let's start with the important stuff. Today's menu. For lunch, the soup is garden vegetable, the entree is beef and pasta, the dessert is applesauce. For dinner, the soup is minestrone. Ooh, we're taking a trip to Italia. We got minestrone soup. The entree is eggplant parmesan, my favorite, with linguine with garlic olive oil. And for dessert, orange sorbet. The kosher menu, lunch today for the kosher people, the soup is vegetable. The entree is Salisbury steak, garlic mashed potato. That's a tongue twister. Garlic mashed potatoes. Steamed carrots, and for dessert, a fruit cocktail. Dinner, the soup is tomato rice. The entree is a mushroom omelet with au gratin potatoes and a carrot salad. And for dessert, orange sorbet. And let's see, we got lots of events today. As you know, today is the Democratic primary in New York City. I voted, see? And we also have some birthdays. Resident birthday is Molly M. And staff birthday is Jennifer from Clinical Nutrition Service. So happy birthday, Molly and Jennifer. Now, there are a lot of famous birthdays today. You won't believe how many. First of all, in 1903, John Dillinger, Public Enemy #1, was born in Indianapolis, Indiana. And also, on his birthday in 1934, he was made America's first Public Enemy #1. Some way to celebrate. In 1906, Anne Morrow Lindbergh was born in Englewood, New Jersey, right over the bridge. 1906, Billy Wilder, the filmmaker who brought us Some Like It Hot and The Apartment, was born in Vienna, Austria. In 1921, Joseph Papp, the American stage producer and director who opened, and started the Public Theater, the club Joe's Pub is named for him. He was born in Brooklyn, local guy. 1922, Bill Blass, the fashion designer who dressed Nancy Reagan, was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana. In 1933, U.S. Senator from California, the Democratic Senator from California, Dianne Feinstein. She was also the first female mayor of San Francisco. Anyway, she was born on this day in San Francisco. She's 88 today and still going strong. You go, Dianne Feinstein. And 1936, one of my favorite songwriters, Chris Christopherson, who wrote classics like Me and Bobby McGee. He was also, he's still an actor. He was in the movie A Star is Born, I think like the third remake, the one with Barbra Streisand. He was born in Brownsville, Texas on this day in 1936. He's 85 today. And 1947, a little sports birthday, Pistol Pete Maravich, the NBA star of the Atlanta Hawks, was born in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania on this day in 1947. In 1949, Meryl Streep was born in Summit, New Jersey. She's 72 today. And 1949, another great political birthday, Elizabeth Warren, Democratic senator from Massachusetts, was born in Oklahoma City. She's 72 today. In 1953, Cyndi Lauper, everybody's favorite, with the pink hair and everything, she was born in Brooklyn, and she is 68 today. So happy birthday, Cyndi Lauper. 1964, Dan Brown, the author of the Da Vinci Code. He's a young'un. He's only 53. He was born in Exeter, New Hampshire. There are a lot of birthdays, right? This is a popular day to be born. Now, in historic events, not quite as many. Let's see. In 1939, on June 22nd, Princess and future Queen of England, Elizabeth, meets her future husband, Prince Philip. 1940, the first Dairy Queen was opened in Joliet, Illinois. I don't think they had Fudgy the Whale yet. I think that was later. That came after they were established. 1943, W.E.B. Du Bois becomes the first black member of the National Institute of Letters. In 1944, U.S. President Franklin Roosevelt signs the GI Bill of Rights, and also known as the Servicemen's Readjustment Act. 1955, Walt Disney's animated film Lady and the Tramp, with music, some of the music by Peggy Lee, was released. And in 1963, Stevie Wonder, who was known at the time as Little Stevie Wonder because he was only 13, released his first single called Fingertips, and it was the first live recording, not a studio recording, a live recording, to go to #1 on the Billboard charts. So congratulations, Stevie Wonder. Not so little anymore, but still going strong. Now, let's move on to the music, because we got a lot of that too. Now, of course, this is Pride Month. Here we go. Now I'm over here. Hi. Now, since it's Cyndi Lauper's birthday, and Cyndi Lauper is such an advocate for LGBTQ rights, I want to do one of her songs today. Now, she was the first female artist for her debut album, She's So Unusual, to have 4 top 5 hits on the Billboard charts out of the same album. And it also won the Best New Artist Grammy that year. Now, Cyndi has also written the music for the musical Kinky Boots, for which she won a Tony. She's also won Emmy Awards, so she's won 3 out of the 4 awards you need to have an EGOT. She's won an Emmy, a Grammy, and a Tony. All she needs is an Oscar. So any casting directors out there, you know, let's let her get an EGOT. Come on. Now, she's also an activist, and she has a foundation called True Colors United, which works to end homelessness among LGBTQ youths. She found out there's a very high percentage of homeless youth that are LGBTQ. Many of them have had to leave their homes because they weren't accepted by their families. So she thought that was wrong, and she started a foundation to help them. And, of course, you know, Lisa always sings True Colors in our Pride concerts. I'm going to do another Cyndi Lauper song. This is from that first album. It's called Time After Time. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock ticking, think of you, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights, almost left behind. Suitcase of memories, time after. Sometimes you picture me, I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me, I can't hear what you have said. Then you say, go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look, you'll find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you'll find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. After my picture fades and darkness has turned to gray, watching through windows, you're wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you'll find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. Then you say, go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time. Oh, I love that song. Well, now I'm going to move on to some Broadway. And I'm going to start with a very, very unusual performer and composer named Noel Coward. Now, he was born in Teddington, southwest London. He was known for his wit and his flamboyance and his kind of disdain for society. And he made his professional stage debut at the age of 11. He was a precocious little kid. And he published more than 50 plays, composed hundreds of songs, wrote works for musical theater, films. He wrote poetry. He wrote several volumes of short stories, a novel, and a 3-volume autobiography. That's a long autobiography. And he also acted in a lot of his own plays and movies. Well, he put himself in his work, which is good, you know. He wrote what he knew. And he also worked for the government during World War II. Now, this was a little-known fact about him that I found out. He worked for the Secret Service. And he traveled around to try to use his influence and his popularity to gain international sympathy for Britain. And some of his countrymen, of course, didn't know he was doing it, so they criticized him for gallivanting around the world performing while his countrymen were at war. But, of course, it was the Secret Service. He couldn't tell them. So he didn't tell anybody. They didn't find out till afterward. But, of course, he was honored for his service. And let's see. This is a song from a show of his. It was from a review called This Year of Grace. And he borrowed the title from a 1908 novel by E.M. Forster, whose love story is kind of regarded as a critique of Edwardian society. And I like this song because it kind of reminds me of what a lot of you have here, and that is a room with a view, and you, and no one to hurry us, no one to worry us through this dream we found. We'll gaze at the sky and try to guess what it's all about, then we will figure out why the world is round. We'll be as happy and contented as birds upon the trees, high above the mountains and seas. We'll build and we'll coo, ooh, and sorrow will never come, oh, will it ever come true? A room with a view. We'll be as happy and contented as birds upon the trees, high above the mountains and seas. We'll build and we'll coo, ooh, and sorrow will never come, oh, will it ever come true? A room with a view. Okay, now let's move on to a little more modern composer who unfortunately is no longer with us, but he wrote some timeless music. He is actually considered part of what was known as the Disney Renaissance in the 80s and 90s. He is a playwright, lyricist, and stage director. His name was Howard Ashman, And I can't talk today. I don't know what it is. He collaborated with Alan Menken on several works. He's most widely known for Little Shop of Horrors, which he was also the director of. And he wrote the music and lyrics with Alan Menken for Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, and Aladdin. And along with Alan Menken, he won 2 Grammys, 2 Golden Globes, and 2 Oscars. And upon receiving the second Oscar, that was given to him posthumously, unfortunately. His partner accepted the award for him. And this is from a great movie. This song is actually sung in the movie by Angela Lansbury as a teapot named Mrs. Potts. Tale as old as time, true as it can be, believe in friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Both just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared. Beauty and the Beast, ever just the same, ever a surprise, ever as before, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. Tale as old as time, tune as old as song, beauty sweet and strange, finding you can change, learning you wrong, certain as the sun, rising in the east, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Aw. Well, now, I'll pick things up a little bit with a song by Stephen Sondheim, who is regarded as one of the most important theater composers of the 20th century. And he is also regarded as someone who has revolutionized musical theater by writing very complex music and tackling unconventional subjects. And he has won an Oscar, 8 Tonys, which is the record, that's more than any other composer, and includes a special Lifetime Achievement Award from the Tonys, 8 Grammys, a Pulitzer Prize, a Laurence Olivier Award, and a 2015 Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, he's best known as the composer and lyricist for musicals, including A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, with the book by Mel Brooks, which I'm going to do a song from, Company, Follies, A Little Night Music, Pacific Overture, Sweeney Todd, Merrily We Roll Along, and Sunday in the Park with George. Into the Woods, Assassins, the list goes on and on and on. And of course, West Side Story and Gypsy. So, you know, guy's done some stuff. And this is one of his earlier works. This is from A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. Something familiar, something peculiar, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Something appealing, something appalling, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Nothing with kings, nothing with crowns, bring on the lovers, liars, and crowns. Old situations, new complications, nothing portentous or polite. Tragedy tomorrow, comedy tonight. Something convulsive, something repulsive, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Nothing aesthetic, something frenetic, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Nothing of gods, nothing of fate, weighty affairs we'll just have to wait. Nothing that's formal, nothing that's normal, no hesitations to decide. Open up the curtains, coming tonight. Comedy tonight and this afternoon here on Good Morning Hebrew Home. Now, let's see, I was going to do another one, but we don't have a whole lot of time. It's amazing how fast the time goes when you're having fun. So we're going to move on to Jerry Herman, who is from Jersey City. How about that? My dad's business used to be in Jersey City. And he started doing theater in a summer camp that his parents ran. And then when he was 15, his parents took him to see Annie Get Your Gun, starring Ethel Merman. And that was a life-changing experience for him. He knew what he wanted to do. And he started writing music, and he's done okay for himself. He wrote Mame, he wrote Hello, Dolly, he wrote Mac and Mabel. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1982. He's won 3 Tonys, a Lifetime Achievement Award Tony, and the Kennedy Center Honors, and has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And he also wrote the music for La Cage aux Folles with Harvey Fierstein. We're going to do this one. This is one of his most popular, and it was revived fairly recently with Bette Midler and won a whole new bunch of Tonys. Hello, Dolly, well, hello, Dolly, it's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Dolly, I can tell. Dolly, you're still growing, you're still growing, you're still going strong. I feel the room swaying, 'cause the band's playing one of your favorite songs from way back when. So, take her rap, fellas, find an empty lap, fellas, Dolly will never go away again. Hello, Dolly, well, hello, Dolly, it's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Dolly, I can tell. Dolly, you're still growing, you're still growing, you're still going strong. I feel the room swaying, 'cause the band's playing one of your favorite songs from way back when. So, Goldy G, fellas, find a vacant knee, fellas. Dolly will never go away, Dolly will never go away, Dolly will never go away again. And, we do have time. I think we have time for 2 more songs. So, we'll do another Jerry Herman. This is from a play called Mac and Mabel, and it's called I Won't Send Roses. I won't send roses or hold the door. I won't remember which dress you wore. My heart is too much in control. The lack of romance in my soul will turn you gray, kid. So stay away, kid. Forget my shoulder when you're in need. Forgetting birthdays is guaranteed. And should I love you, you'd be the first to know, the last to know. I won't send roses, and roses suit you so. My pace is frantic, my temper's cross. With words romantic, I'm at a loss. I'd be the first one to agree, and I'm preoccupied with me. And it's inbred, kid, so keep your head, kid. In me you'll find things like guts on nerve, but not the fine things that you deserve. And see, there's still a fighting chance, just turn and go. I won't send roses, and roses suit you so. Oh, pretty song from Mac and Mabel. Well, now I'd like to finish up with one of the great musicals that's been remade several times. There's actually a film version in the works with what's his name? I'm thinking of. I've still got Steven, the big director, Spielberg. I kept thinking Sondheim because I've got Sondheim on the brain today. But yeah, Steven Spielberg's working on a big budget movie version of West Side Story. But we're going to go back to the original and Leonard Bernstein, who was among the first conductors born and educated in the United States to receive international acclaim. Usually they were from Europe. And he was the music director of the New York Philharmonic. He was one of the leading composers, and he also was one of the first to actually televise classical music. And he had his program where he talked about classical music and brought it to a wider audience. And this is one that he wrote with Stephen Sondheim. It's one of Stephen Sondheim's first forays into musical theater. And you know it. So, wherever you are in your room, in your lounge, sing along. Maria, I've just met a girl named Maria, and suddenly that name will never be the same to me. Maria, I just kissed a girl named Maria, and suddenly I found how wonderful the sound can be. Maria, say it louder, there's music playing. Say it soft and it's almost like praying. Maria, I'll never stop saying Maria. There's a place for us, somewhere, a place for us. Peace and quiet and open air wait for us somewhere. There's a time for us, someday, a time for us. Time together with time to spare. Time to learn, time to share. Someday, somewhere, we'll find a new way of living. We'll find a way of forgiving somewhere. Tonight won't be just any night. Tonight there will be no morning star. Tonight, I'll see my love tonight, and for us, the stars will stop where they are. Today, the minutes seem like hours, the hours go so slowly, and still the sky is light. Oh, moon, shine bright, and make this and this day and this night tonight. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you next week.